Hello everyone, it's Charlotte, and today I'm back for another polarizing video, and this one is going to be my trad wife qualities and my opinion on the whole trad wife movement, because I realized I fit into this category. The category of trad wife I do fit into. I have a lot of those features just naturally. That's how I am. So I thought it would be a funny way to discuss this and also talk about the problems with this trad wife trend and the dangers that do surround it. But first, we're gonna start it off with a little positivity and a happy outlook, and then we'll go to the problems. So first, let's talk about the goodness of it. All the great qualities that I have. Don't need to acquire them, already got them. And as always, I have all my footnotes written down. I don't script my videos. I just speak from my heart. But what I do is write little point form notes of what I want to talk about in the YouTube video topic. And all of that information, so all of my footnotes for each of my videos, is on my Patreon. And guys, right now I'm only making about $100 a month. So Patreon is a great way to be able to help me. And if you want TLDR form of my videos, as well as all of my art, so my novel work in progress, as well as all of my songs, they're very good. They are. Not to toot my own horn, but they are. It's all on Patreon, so go join that. But let's get into it. Let's talk about my trad wife qualities. Let's get the guys so excited. And then crush their dreams. First point. I have lived rurally for the majority of my life. I'm 27. Okay. I'm still at my family home. 40 acres in the country. This is where I've been. Basically all these years. Mostly all these years. Here in the country. I'm not a city folk. The cities are not traditional. They're capitalistic. That's what they are. Traditionally, we live rurally, and I do. And I always have, so I'm used to that, so I fit into that category. Next, I myself am straight, but I am an ally, and anyone of any gender can live a simple, family-oriented life in the country. You don't have to be straight or cis to do so. See, it's already like going into that area. Being straight is pushed as the goal of the trad wife movement. And that every relationship is like the same and follows the same kind of pattern. That's not reality. But technically, I fit into it that way because I am cis and straight. Next trad wife quality. I garden and I love nature. I've been gardening for how many years? I guess maybe 4? Yeah. I have I think 45 by 50 foot garden. And I grow a lot. I have a video. I guess I'll put it in the description. Yeah, I love gardening. I love nature. I really do. It's incredibly peaceful. You can ground. I love having my bare feet in the soil. That's traditional too. We need to actually, moving back to simple values should not have restrictions or how you have to be to participate. And sadly, this trad wife thing kind of does it. Because look, it's trad wife. It's because it's pushed mainly by the men that don't have conscience, men that don't have empathy, which I have another video on that too. That's actually my most educational video. Just be aware. But okay, next, more qualities that I have. I cook healthy homemade meals and I love cooking. It is true. I love cooking. Organic foods, local foods, and some dress in the kitchen, making food the optimal. Remember, if something is being filmed, especially if it looks pristine, if something has all the bells and whistles, that's not reality. It's staged. It is. It is. So be aware of that. Cooking. I do it. I like it. It's fun. It's a good thing to learn, but capitalism especially, those are really wealthy and have a lot of privilege and have always had privilege and don't understand to be without, that have maids and people to cook for them. They don't know how to do basic functions. Yeah, I cook healthy homemade meals and I love cooking, and that fits into the guise of the trad wife phenomena, but it's not exclusive to that. Remember that. Next, I want to have children. I do. I want to have children so bad. I want to have a lot of children. I do. I want to have children. It's always been a dream of, oh my God, that actually made me emotional thinking. It's always been a dream of mine to have children. I want a family really bad. I want to have a healthy family dynamic. And that's trad wife, or is that just a normal human desire, huh? A normal human that has empathy, so a brain with empathy. Not just to fit in society, but because they want to have children, raise those children well, give them a good life. Is that trad wife enough? Next, I want a monogamous husband. This is something that's actually not really, like, it's not stressed in the trad wife. The fact it's trad wife, trad woman. Ugh, silly. I want a monogamous husband. Okay? Yeah, so, and that means a husband that doesn't cheat on me. And that isn't having a double life. So just remember that. Men who are saying you want a trad wife, but then if they don't put out constantly 24/7 all the time exactly how you want, you go and cheat on them. Remember, both sides of the coin. I guess if we're being traditional, in history, in the medieval times, or past 100 years, honestly, cheating is rampant. It is. It has been. Women have been oppressed, and so I guess actually it's not traditional to want a monogamous husband. If we're having the clean image, the perfect image of the trad wife, then yes, I want a monogamous husband. And I do. That's what I want. But will the husband be monogamous? That's what you gotta make sure as a trad wife. You have to be aware. Everything's gonna be roses and sunshine. Not everyone is, and those that aren't won't tell you, so be aware. And my next trad wife quality is I am submissive, personally. That's how I identify sexually. That is the narrative of the trad wife, so I do fit that really quite accurately. Very much on point there, actually. That's my most trad wife quality, I think. Next, yeah, like I said, I want to have children, I want to have a family, I want a monogamous husband. I've wanted that lifestyle, I've wanted a family, and to build that for a long time. My mom was thankful enough to be a stay-at-home mom for a while we were children, and I was very thankful as a child. So I was bullied really, really badly, and my mom was there to call the school for me every day after they were bullied. Like, I was bullied really bad, so I want to be able to be there for my children, because you can't control what's going on at the school they go to. That's the facts. You can't. And if most of your time is taken up working a 9-to-5, which my goal, this is another trad wife quality next, I guess, is ever since I was young, I knew that I never wanted to work a 9-to-5. That's not my dream. Because I knew that I'm a creative. When I turned 18, that's when I started making money online and had my successful fitness ebook business. Like, so for me, I don't want to work a 9-to-5. I want to be able to spend time with my future children and my family and be fully focused on my family's well-being. Yeah. So I don't know, is that traditional? I guess so. Not the working online, but the not working a 9-to-5 as a mother. Like, I'd love that. But yeah, next, it's my dream to be a wife to the right man, for real. Next trad wife quality that I have acquired. I think the grid is lame. I do. As I said, like, cities are a capitalistic grind, hustle, everything at your fingertips, dopamine-driven society. Cities. If we're going back to tradition, what was the most optimal? Small communities. Communities. Tight-knit communities where people knew everyone. Not the faceless society. You walk by, you don't talk to anybody in the city. People are around you, but you're an ant. You're all just ants running around, unaware. No, I don't like the grid. So yeah, that's very trad of me. Next, I'll just keep it simple. I know about preppers. I know of preppers. Next. I do believe that in due time, a mass disaster is going to happen. This is what has happened in society, the flood, the ice age. These disasters happen. And I'd rather be prepared. I'd rather be prepared. And guess what? Living in a city is not being prepared. It isn't. That's facts. The city would be the most dangerous place to be. Better safe than sorry. Next, I am nurturing naturally. I am. I seem strong in my videos. Watch my panic attack ones. See me interact with one of my friends or someone I love. Like, I am very nurturing. And being kind and being nurturing doesn't mean one is stupid or one is happy all the time or toxic positivity. That in the past, in traditional relationships in the early 19 and mid 1900s, the wives were on heavy sedation just to get by in their daily lives, and that's not ideal. So that's not the tradition we want to go back to. We can't let our nurturing quality as a trad wife, you can't allow your kindness to be weakness. You have to be strong. And if you want a successful, simple life or traditional life, it's not just going along with everything, expecting everything to be sunshine and roses. That's not wise. That's not wise at all. That's a lie that you fooled into. Okay, so if you are nurturing and are kind, you have to set that boundary with yourself. You have to tell yourself and truly believe it and know that you are kind, you are nurturing, but not everyone is. And you have to look at things critically. So nurturing does not mean unaware, does not mean stupid. It does not mean, yeah, I'll go along with anything. It does not mean weak. It means you're a good person. Your brain has conscience. Your brain has empathy. Your brain is nurturing, but not everyone is. And those who don't have empathy, don't have conscience, won't tell you. So we can't go through this blindly, okay? Let's remember that, okay? So now I've already touched on some problems. It's been qualities I have, but also problems I have with this entire trad wife movement propaganda thing. So yes, we can be the best. We can be kind. We can be awesome people. We can do the right thing. But we have to surround ourselves, our community, with like-minded people who have conscience. Because not everyone does. And those who don't have conscience won't tell you. And there's a lot of men without conscience that are preying on kind but vulnerable and unaware traditional women that really want a lovely, happy traditional relationship but don't understand that some of the men that are trad husbands, they self-proclaimed wanting a trad wife, are the bad kind of traditional men whose wives had to be sedated just to put up with them, and the fact that they were cheating on them, impregnating other women, hitting the kids, hitting the wife, or just being verbally manipulative. And they won't tell you that though. They won't tell you that right away. They won't be like that right away. They'll be like, yeah, no, I'm a trad man. I want a wife to submit to me and be my girl and raise my children. They like it because the trad wife qualities are submissive. They are giving and nurturing. But if you're giving that all to someone who just takes, that they won't tell you that they just take because they create a facade. See, because look at all this facade that's already created in the trad wife movement. Do you see how the trad wife I'm describing, how the qualities I'm describing, they're good qualities that I have, but it makes us easy pickings for those who have nefarious intentions, for the trad guys who just want a woman that is dependent on them. Because guess what? A lot of the women in it are saying, no, if you're stupid if you want to have a bank account separate from your husband. You're stupid if you're not fine with him not showing you the income that he's having. I don't want to worry my brain with that. Oh, well, if you're not letting those wise thoughts cross your mind, then guess what? They're gonna be getting away with a lot of shit behind the scenes that you don't even know is going on because you're living in a fantasy world. Just realize that if you're identifying with this movement and you're as a trad wife, that you're really easy pickings for men without empathy and men without conscience that are happily joining and pushing and promoting this movement. Not all of them are. Some are godly men that really just want a faithful wife and who are like-minded. But remember, those ones who aren't like-minded will still pretend to be. So we have to actually see their actions, and they'll gaslight you. See, like, just be aware, okay? We're easy pickings. We're ripe pickings. And that's the problem. That's the overall problem of this movement and this kind of narrative being pushed. Okay? Next. Exactly. Women being financially independent, or at least having a financial plan and bank account with money in it, is not made a focus when people are talking about trad wife relationships and lifestyle. Wow, my camera died again. Devil always trying to stop me. I'll say it again and again. So in this movement, when you bring up, well, it's not safe to not have a bank account. It's not safe. And they're like, shut up. You don't trust your husband. Or are you trusting him too much? Are you not even aware of the people that will hide in plain sight? Do you think everyone that identifies as a good person is a good person? You are under the influence of manipulation. And then shaming women, trad wives, fellow possible or self-identifying trad wives, to not have a financial safety plan, to not have safety measures, period. And shaming them, saying that it's because they don't trust the guy enough. No, you're so unaware. So stop being a hater. So you trad wife that are being like that, shut the hell up. Shut up. That's why I'm making this video. I'm talking about the problems, okay? Financial independence, or at least financial safety and financial safety measures put into place, and having your own bank account and being aware of the incoming and outgoing income, it's a necessity. Safety first. First, not second, not last, not never. First. Next. Exactly. People are unaware of psychopaths and sociopaths, and that a husband can and does live a double life. And you won't know it because they're not going to tell you. Okay? And if you're not even aware that there's a large percentage in society of people that don't have conscience, that aren't diagnosed as socio or psychopaths because they would not willingly go and self-admit to having one of those disorders, aka antisocial personality disorder. There's so many trad wives and that aren't aware, and this isn't even being talked about in the movement, or the problems of traditional relationships in the past. It's not being discussed, so I'm discussing it. Next. People are ignorant on evil human beings and personality disorders and lack of empathy brains. I've made that clear up. Next, being sexually submissive and not being a breadwinner, a financial breadwinner, that's not the same as having no rights, no safety measures, and no power in a marriage. That's not parallel. It isn't. That's ideal. That would be ideal for people who have nefarious means. For husbands who have nefarious means. If they want to put you in that position, word it under the guise of, oh no, it's too much for you to handle. No, I got it, baby. Everything's fine. Is it that? Is it? Why? Most of the time, that's not why. If they're specifically not wanting you to view the bills or not have a bank account, and that's what's being promoted widespread, and have no power, no rights, no safety measures put in place, and you're not even aware that sociopaths and psychopaths aren't credibly diagnosed in society because those same people don't admit, and they're walking amok in society without you knowing, hiding under societal narratives and expectations and benefit of the doubt from kind people. If you're not aware of any of that, and you're making fun of women who have safety measures, yeah. That's the problem. That's the problem with this trad wife thing. That's the problem of it. That's one of the problems. I'm saying it how it is. Next. People are also unaware, like the ones that are like, this is how every relationship should be. Things need to go back to how it was. Yeah, they want women to have no power. They want women to not have an option to work. They want that because then guess what? It's patriarchy. Then that's patriarchy, bro. And look at the patriarchy. Look at the patriarchal society we live in currently. This is not ideal. Sure isn't. We have enough means for everyone on this earth to have all their basic needs met. And we don't. Why is that? All of these things, society that's created, and we don't want to go back to how things were. We can take inspiration from living simply, wanting to improve upon that, but to say that, nah, let's go back to basics. Let's just do what they were doing before. No, the only people that's optimal for are those who benefit from the patriarchal society and thrive in it and want to keep that narrative and want to keep that societal quota. That's the reality. That's the reality of it. Okay? Be aware. Last but not least, exactly, it's not a one size fits all. People are unaware that not all men want a submissive woman. Not all men want to be the breadwinner. Some are actually more than happy wanting to be a stay-at-home father. And the trad wife and trad relationship that only pushes heteronormative, submissive women, dominant man dynamic, okay? So just because you identify with that doesn't mean everyone else does. Nor does it mean it's the best option for everyone or the best option for society, because guess what? Humans are nuanced. Patriarchy wants a one-size-fit-all. They want everything in a grid. They want everything pre-planned, what they're going to say, written out for us. No. You know why? Because then we're dependent. Moving away from the grid to live a traditional life should not be even more disempowering than living in the grid. Being a part of patriarchal capitalistic society. They're both bad options. We need to improve upon society, not revert back to times when women had even less rights and even less choice. Okay? So let's stop that. That's all from me. I hope that this was a very educational and informative video talking about this trad wife narrative propaganda movement. This trad wife movement. And the trad wife qualities that I have. And guess what? I can have all these qualities and still be critical of the problems of it and call out the bad parts of it. Okay? I'm gonna do both. Accept that. Okay? But yeah, guys, for all the kind people, like, please take this seriously. Please listen, because this is the truth. This is the honest truth of it. We have to be aware of all the intricacies, for however it's said, behind this. And the awful things, the nefarious things that can easily take place in this kind of dynamic, as it has in history. Look at history. We don't want that back. Simple, ethical, zero-waste living, focused on familial values and true love and kindness, yes. But not everyone is like that. And a lot of the men that want a trad wife and benefit from this are those who want a wife who have no power, a wife that is unaware, a wife that will just bow their head and do whatever they say and not even realize that their husband doesn't give a fuck about them and just wanted a trad wife because you're easy to manipulate. And now you're dependent on him by all means. And you're being bred by him and having his offspring, which now is a 50% chance for your child to also not have conscience or empathy, because it's a 50% chance to pass it on. So you've become a breeding mule like women of the past. That's the reality. These are the troubles that run amok in this kind of dynamic. And many are not even willing to face those problems within it. They'd rather turn a blind eye because it's comfortable. I'm not turning a blind eye any fucking more. I'm talking about this open and honestly to help you guys. Okay? So amen. Amen. I love God. I love Jesus Christ. I guess that's a trad wife quality as well. And that's a perfect way to end this video. Goodbye.